Hi, this is Kannababu. In the last class we discussed about database of our trial based project. In this video we are discussing about three-tier architecture because basically we are developing the project by using three-tier architecture in our ASP.NET. So before going to the three-tier architecture, first of all you must know what is the difference between tier and layer. So here tier usually means an individual running machine is called as tier. That is, it usually means the physical deployment computer is called as tier, or an individual running server is called as one tier. So here you can consider something like several servers may also be considered as one tier. Is it clear? So it means that let us assume that generally whenever you develop any application, any real-time application, your database will be located in database server, that is on a separate server machine, and your application whatever you are developing, it is available in separate server machine, that is under IaaS, it is a web server or application server, and the client who is trying to access the application will be available on another server. So here how many servers are there? Three different servers are there. One is database tier, other one is business logic tier, another one is presentation tier. So tier is nothing but an individual running machine is called as one tier. Is it clear? So now what is a layer? Layer indicates the logical separation of components, is called as layer. Is it clear? So it means that layer always describes about the code. For example, let us consider my entire application is divided into three layers. One is presentation layer, other one is business logic layer, another one is data access layer. This is your database. Presentation layer consists of the user interface code plus validation code. User interface code means designing code. For example, if you develop any application in ASP.NET, the designing code like webform1.aspx, this entire designing code will be available in presentation layer along with validation code. And the business logic code, that is your C#.NET or VB.NET code, will be available in a separate class library or separate class file. And your data access layer, that is your ADO.NET code or entity framework code, will be available in a separate file. Is it clear? So actually in three-tier architecture, the entire application is divided into three layers as we discussed right now. So here you can see, in order to understand in a better manner, so here let us assume that I have a login base, whereas here this is my presentation layer, that is nothing but your .aspx code will be available here. Let us assume this login.aspx, where here the presentation layer, and this is a business logic layer where we will write the business logic code, the data access layer here where we will write the ADO.NET code. And here I have taken one more class file, separate class file, that is nothing but business objects, where I will declare the properties. So how many columns are there in your database? For each and every column is nothing but an individual property that we have to declare in our business objects. And what is the main advantage of properties? Properties are generally used to transfer the data between the classes. And here in three-tier architecture we have to follow one more rule, that is the presentation layer must communicate with business logic layer, and business logic layer will communicate with data access layer, and data access layer will communicate with database. And again database will send the result to data access layer, and again data access layer must again forward the result back to business logic layer, and then business logic layer must again forward the response back to what? Presentation layer. And here the presentation tier receives the input and it will display the output, and the data business logic tier, it will process the business logic and makes the calculations, and the database tier, it will store and manage the data, whereas data access layer is generally used to interact with database. In order to transfer the data between all these classes, we will go for properties. So generally properties are used to transfer the data between the classes. Right, now we will practically develop the project by using a three-tier architecture. So initially I want to create a new folder, so I will go to my computer, I will go to E drive. In E drive, right click, and I want to create a new folder here. The name of the folder I will give as travel project, and here I will give three-tier. travel project 3 tier is the name of the folder I have given. So I want to save the project in this folder. So I want to develop the project by using Visual Studio 2013. So here I will try to go to the start all programs. There I can say Visual Studio 2013. Always better to open your Visual Studio with administrator mode. Right click, run as administrator. Yes. Is it clear? Now here, so in our Visual Studio Editor, whenever you create a new project in Visual Studio Editor, here a new solution is created. So solution is nothing but collection of projects. Let us assume that here let us consider console application. Console application is one project. Windows Forms application is one project. Your web application is one project. Your WSF service application is one project. MVC application is one project. Class library is one project. Whenever you compile any console application, it will generate .exe file. Whenever you compile any Windows Forms application, it will also generate .exe file. Whenever you compile any web application or WCF application or MVC application or class library, then it will generate .dll file. .dll means dynamic link library. .dll is reusable file, but it is not executable file. .exe is executable file, but not reusable. So that is the reason console application, Windows application, WPF application can directly execute. We can execute these type of applications as they are desktop applications. But web applications we cannot execute directly. Web application or MVC application or WCF application, these applications you have to host on where? Server. Whereas class library is nothing but your DLL file. We cannot directly execute the DLL file. In order to consume the DLL file, you have to consume the DLL file in any of the other executable file, that is either in console or Windows. I hope you understood. Now whenever you compile any project, it has to generate either .dll or .exe, where we will simply call as assembly. So assembly is the compiled format of any .NET program, which may be .dll or .exe. Right, so here I want to create a new project. So select new project. I want to create, here I will try to select templates. Within the templates I can say, here you can say other project types. Below that you can find Visual Studio Solutions. There you can create a blank solution. So here I will try to go to the browse, and here I will go to E drive travel biz 3 tier and click on select folder. And the name I will try to give as some travel biz project. I will give the name of my solution and just click on OK. Now one solution is created under your solution explorer. As I told, that solution is nothing but collection of what? Projects. Here you see. So right click on the solution. I want to add a new project. Add new project. Here I will try to select the language as Visual C#. And here I will try to select the framework as 4.5. I want to add one ASP.NET web application. The name I will give as presentation layer. Is it clear? Click on OK. And here I will select the empty web forms. Click on OK. Now this is my presentation layer. If you want, you can right click on the presentation layer, build the solution, and here you can right click, open folder in file explorer. Here you can see bin folder. There you can find one DLL file is created, presentation layer.dll. Similarly, I will add one more project. Right click on the solution, add new project. Here I will try to select the class library, and the name I will give as business logic layer. Click on OK. And here you can see one DLL file. Class library, when you compare it, will generate what? .dll file. And within this, here you can see I have one class1.cs. I will try to delete that one. And business logic layer, right click, build the solution. Here you can see after compilation, build means compilation. After compilation, it will generate one DLL file, business logic layer.dll. Similarly, I will add one more solution. Right click, add new project, and here I will select the class library. The name I will try to give as data access layer. Data access layer, click on OK. And here you can see one class is there. I will try to delete that class. Why means later again I will add, you don't worry for that. Right click, build the solution. After compilation of your data access layer, it will also generate a .dll file. Go to bin debug data access layer.dll. And here finally I will try to add one more project for the business objects to declare the properties. Add a new project, select the class library. The name I will try to give as business objects. Business objects, where we declare the properties which are used to transfer the data. So how many columns are there? In each column different table, in each table different columns are there. Each and every column will become as property under business objects. So after designing your solution explorer, here you see your solution consists of 4 projects. One is presentation layer, which consists of the user interface plus validation code. Other one is business logic layer, which consists of the C#.NET code, and the data access layer, which consists of the ADO.NET or entity framework code, and business objects, it consists of only properties. The class which consists of only properties is called as POCO class. POCO, plain old CLR object. That we'll discuss later. I hope you understand. So in the next session we'll start developing the project in 3-tier architecture. Try to get some good comment on the database so that you can develop the project in a better manner. For more videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can log into my Facebook group. Thank you. Have a nice day.